Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. How you doing on a Sunday evening? Me, I'm doing okay. I can't complain. But like I said the other day, we all should be very, very upset about this situation we're in the year this year. You know what I mean? Because this year was not a good year. I mean, don't get me wrong. January and February was the two better months, but since we since March 14th, being that this coming, you might as well say next excuse me, might as well say next Monday will be a whole 9 months that we had this COVID-19. But I call it an earthquake because the reason I call it an earthquake because 14 million cases. I mean, cases are going like this. I have a feeling by next week it's going to go up to 15 million cases and about 300,000 deaths right here in this country alone. Bad enough, we already passed over 1 million right here in this whole globe. I mean, so what I'm about to say is, I mean, sometimes I'll be forgetting what I gotta say, but we all should be very pissed off from what I said the other day. And Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, I apologize that you guys couldn't hear me this past Friday because my microphone was off, and I want to know if y'all can hear me this time. You know what I mean? Because like I said the other day, everything is getting way out of hand, and Congress has up to this Friday, which is might as well say 4 more days. I was going to say 5, but we're down to 4 more days. What I'm about to say is Congress need to do something and do something fast for the people, not just do it for the corporations. You know what I mean? So I'm going to play a clip from an Italian comedian who will explain better than me. Then I'm going to play another clip of Farron Cousins from the Ring of Fire. So bear with me, people. Here we go. Play it.
Very ticked off picture. You know what ticks me off? We still don't have a relief package. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I saw a politician on TV recently say something like, "We need McConnell to bring back the Senate and let us get down to the hard business of doing what we do." No, it's not hard, and you dick brains don't get anything done, and the business you do is bullshit. And you only line your own fucking pockets. It's so damn easy to figure out how to get the country through the pandemic and quarantines and whatever we have to do to move forward. This is pure and simple. People have to be able to have roof over their heads and food on their table. They have to be able to pay their bills. That's it. You don't need to give $1,200 to everyone again because it was idiotic the first time. And you gave it to people who didn't even need it. You need to get real relief to the people who actually really need it. You figure out a strategy that addresses the real needs of the people. You don't give money to a Fortune 500 to fucking dopes. You give it directly to the people and to the small businesses that you're forcing to shut down. Look, this isn't hard. Lose your fucking egos and bring in a bunch of smart people who don't give a fuck how you. Bring in smart people, not politicians. Let them figure out how long this shit is going to last, and the vaccine will come out, and all that logistics crap that must be done to have a real plan. Then based on that, they can figure out who needs the money and how much and for how long. They can figure out how businesses can stay alive until this is over, and they don't close their doors for good. They can figure out how to halt all mortgages and payments to the banks and lending institutions for a certain period of time, and how to put the pay on the back end of a loan. You stop giving money to millionaires and billionaires and corporations who don't need it and who are doing just fine. You see Wall Street doing well? They don't need a bailout then. You see the food lines all over the country? They need the help. You figure out who needs what, and you just do it. This isn't brain surgery. But the politicians aren't going to get this done. It needs to get done the right way, and we need to bring in smart people who care about doing the right thing, not about getting votes. Listen, you fucking idiots from both sides. You can't keep shutting down businesses and put people out of work and not help them, you fucking sons of bitches. You gotta help all of them. You know what politics does to the effort? This side wants less, this side wants more. This house votes for this, that votes for that, and this side wants money for bullshit projects, and that side wants money for different bullshit. And the people are caught in the middle watching these fucking dopes whack off into a cup. Enough! This isn't about your party, you fucking dickwads. This is about the people. Put all that extra crap to the side right now. You can come back to your bullshit later. We're in a fucking pandemic and people need your help now. Fuck else. Just worry about the people right now. The fact that we don't have a real package. That's what fucking ticks me off. $2,080 goes live.
All right. Sorry for playing that. You know what I mean? Because he's right. We, the people, need the benefits, and we need it now. Because right now, we are going down deep. And I mean deep. You feel me? So I'm going to play a clip.
According to a new study released.
Sorry about that. Bear with me. Because I'm saying this because we don't have time. None of us don't have time. We gotta save this planet before 2030. Because we don't save this planet. If none of us don't save this planet before 2030, we all going down deep. Very deep. So listen to this clip right here.
According to a new study released this week by the United Nations, the global pandemic could send as many as 1 billion people into extreme poverty by 2030. That is 1 billion, roughly 1/7 of the population of the planet could hit extreme poverty within the next 10 years because of what has happened during the pandemic. Now, here's the thing. This is not inevitable, and I think that's the big takeaway from this. This is not something that is definitely going to happen. This is something that the report states, if we invest in these sustainable developmental goals that they lay out in the report, we can avoid this. Problem is, that's going to take investment, right? You're going to have countries, the U.S. included, paying for these kinds of things, to better the lives of the less fortunate around the globe. And that is going to be the hardest part. Because the plans, the ideas, the things that they're able to come up with that say, hey, if we just do this, this won't happen. The horrible, bad thing we're saying could happen won't happen. We just need to do this. But in order to do this, you got to pay for it. And that's when the governments of the world say, well, hold up now. Nobody said anything about us having to pay for it. Eek. I don't know. Those people may just be stuck in extreme poverty. We've got the money. It's just we were saving up for some really cool tanks and jets, man. I can't have anything to spare. I need stuff that goes boom, not stuff that makes an economy go boom. Here's the thing. Think about the industries most affected, not just here in the United States, but all over the world from the pandemic. Excuse me. What has it been? Are we seeing white-collared workers, bankers, lawyers, doctors? Are they just losing their jobs left and right? No. We're not seeing professionals lose their jobs. We have seen construction projects put on hold. We have seen the service industry absolutely crippled, the travel industry crippled, basically all of hospitality industry crippled. Restaurant industry, which is also part of hospitality, but really outside of that, of course, we have the small businesses, right? The local boutiques, local businesses. They're not doing well because they can't have as many in and out, so they are suffering. Retail's taken a hit. Gyms have taken a hit, but a lot of these jobs are worker jobs. What I say, these are jobs that the average person has. And those are the people who are suffering the most, the working class. Here in the United States, Europe, Asia, everywhere. It's the working class people who are suffering. So think about what this new report means. The working class around the globe was on such thin ice as it is that this pandemic destroyed it. Sent them hurtling towards extreme poverty. They had nothing in savings because they didn't have savings. They didn't make enough to put anything in savings. Here in the United States, we're not giving them stimulus. You got a lot of European countries who are, and they're not doing as bad as we are. Other countries didn't do it. They're going down as well. The working class has to have money. The working class, whether it's in the United States or in Europe or in Asia or the Middle East, whatever it is, the working class are the people who drive the economies. They're the people who prevent the extreme poverty. They're the people who make things work. And they have been taken advantage of across the globe to the point where as soon as their income is gone, they're extreme poverty or they're knocking on extreme poverty door. That's where
This
we're at.
isn't great.
It can change. It could change. The UN says we have to invest in these people in order to avoid this worst case scenario. And I guarantee you, from what we have seen throughout my entire lifetime, it may not be 1 billion that hit extreme poverty, but it's going to be pretty damn close.
All right.
是戴口罩、社交距离，对抗新冠做得好。下一步是什么？没症状也要长着，寻找不付费钱。
Apologize for the delay. Well, anyway, at least I played 2 clips that really can explain what happened better than I am, So please bear with me. But I might have to play one more. I'm gonna play one more clip, and then I'm be out your way, because this is very bad. We're in a very bad situation, very bad year. You know what I mean?
Lately about our situation, but
Okay, this is the last clip I'm going to play, and I want you to hear it and hear it clearly. You know what I mean? Here we go, guys.
lately about our situation, but if we were ever dangling over the precipice of doom, now is the time. Everywhere you go, you're constantly reminded of our sad reality. You turn on the TV, it's there. You go to the internet, it's there. You go out to the grocery store to just pick up some eggs and some necessities in life, and it's there. You're constantly reminded that we're all distracted, doing our own thing, divided, deceived, and just to conquer people. And if we don't get this, what I'm saying right here, and if what I'm saying does not resonate with the truth, does not resonate with your spirit, then go ahead and reject it. But I'm telling you right now, if we don't get our collective heads out of our you-know-whats, we are going down. The objective of corporate media, and we talk about this, the observable objective of corporate media is to distract us, to deceive us, and to divide us. And the reason they want to do those things to us is because they want to conquer us. So what we need to understand is that we need to be united. When I call you guys my audience, I mean that. You are mine. You belong to me, but I belong to you. None of us is greater than all of us. We need to understand that this is personal. This is personal, it's individual, and it's public. And I like what, who cares who said this, okay? Who cares? Guard with jealous attention the public liberty, not the public health, not the public comfort, not the public ease, not the public economy. Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. You know how much, if you're in a relationship, you know how much you love your spouse or your mate. You know how much you love that person. And you know how jealous you would get if you found out that that person was giving attention to somebody else in a way that should only be given to you. Guard with jealous attention that public liberty. Because if you lose liberty, let me just make it personal. If I lose liberty, you lose liberty. If I become deceived, if I become distracted, if I become divided from you, you lose power. Same thing with you. If you become distracted, deceived, and you divide and separate from me, I lose power. It's kind of like if 50 of us were on a desert island that was filled with hyenas and jackals and just, evil, let's say evil entities who were constantly trying to come in and constantly trying to attack us and constantly trying to pick us off. You know, one of the most formidable beasts of the Serengeti Plain is? You know what one of the most formidable beasts is? It's not the wildebeest. It's not the hyena. It's not the jackal. It's not the lion. It's the wild dogs. And you know why they're so formidable? Because they can bring down any prey they want anytime. You know why? Because they guard with jealous attention their public liberty. And they will pick the biggest beast if they want to. They usually pick, something that's weak, and they separate it from a herd. But I've seen them run down the biggest freaking beast. Look it up. It's on YouTube. They will trace and track that thing down. We're talking about a wild dog that weighs no more than 50 or 60 pounds. But they all take turns chasing this thing, and they always make their presence known. And this beast always knows that these things are there. So let's say it's a wildebeest. This big 500 or 600 pound wildebeest is being tracked down by a pack of 50-pound dogs. And they'll track this thing down for 24, 48, 72 hours. And the entire time they're making their presence known. And this wildebeest, this cortisol is building up in its blood. The fear factor is building itself up. And it's in a constant state of anxiety. And it constantly knows that if he rests for 1 minute, he's going to get pounced on by 150-pound dogs. So they separate this thing from the herd. Mistake number one, don't separate from the herd. Yeah, you may be strong, but you ain't near the strength that you could have if you were in that pack of 50 or group of 50 people on that desert island that's surrounded by all those evil people. The surest way to be devoured by those beasts in the forest is to go, hey, I don't need you guys. Pride, that's pride right there. That's the pride you don't need. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit goes before a fall. That's why it breaks my heart about Gematria News. He's constantly, not using any logic, always using ad hominems, always being a hypocrite. I need him. You need him. But he chooses to just, hey, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to make it as hard for you to be in a relationship. And I'm not talking about, when I say relationship, you and I have a relationship. It's a relationship built on the bedrock of truth. But when somebody is so
So I had to stop there. But basically what he's saying, he's not saying things to scare each and one of us, we the people, because it is true what he's saying. We the people need to come together, be united as one instead of being separate from one another. Because there's two people separated us: rich, large corporations and politicians on the federal level. You know what I mean? So I can dig what this guy is saying. You know what I mean? I can dig what he's saying. But they ain't just do this to us now. They've been doing this to us and during my lifetime, during each of our lifetimes. You know what I mean? So we the people have no choice but to come together, be united as one, instead of fighting and killing each other. Come on now. When we kill each other, it's not our fault. You got to blame the top 1%. Rich, large corporations and politicians. They the real instigators. They the real murderers. You know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to play this clip, but I'm not going to try to play the whole thing. You know what I mean? I'm just going to play like half of it, okay?
Proud. It's like, I don't need you. No, I need you. I need you. That's an admission of weakness and strength. None of us is greater than all of us. And the social engineers who are fabricating and scripting our society, literally our reality right now, knows that they need to get into our minds to make us think that you don't need me. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I need you. I need you bad right now. And I need you to focus on one thing, and that's the public liberty. And I need you to guard with jealous attention that public liberty. And that's exactly what you need from me. Another thing you need from me is what you don't need from me is for me to compromise one nanoparticle on that liberty. If I start compromising on liberty, then I become compromised and I pollute the group. I contaminate the group. I become dead wood, driftwood, that does nobody any good at all. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm incentivized personally and within the group to be the best person I can be, to constantly cleanse my mind and renew my thoughts and question my actions. That's what this life is about. This life is all about getting through it together. And yeah, and I understand there's another part of what that founding father said. He said, guard with jealous attention the public liberty and suspect everyone who comes near that precious jewel. So you got to have this arms wide open to accept everybody, but also the mental faculties and the heart enough to admit, okay, this person is on a different trajectory that's not doing the group any good. It's not that we don't need you, man. It's just that we don't need you in that vegetative state. You're at a point in your life where you're pulling us down, not lifting us up. We need all hands on deck right now, guys. It is not hyperbole to say that we are dangling over the precipice of doom. And a big part of that has to do with us and our attitude and how we look at each other and how we look at life and how we view ourselves. There's some people who are so freaking proud. They're so high and mighty and so stuck on themselves that they actually think for a moment to conceive that they even give it a second's worth of thought that they can do this, they can go it alone. That's exactly where the social engineers want you. And then there are people who stay within the group who go, hey, I can't go it alone, but we can compromise here and compromise there. Compromise is exactly what's gotten us to the point that we're at right now. Compromise is a poison that you do not want in the cup as you're drinking that crystal clear water, because you as a thirsty man need that. There are things that we need in life every 24 hours a day. You need food, you need water, you need nutrients, you need shelter. You need sleep. There are things that we need. Another thing that we need, if we're gonna guard with jealous attention the public liberty, is we need each other, man. If I'm just one business in my town that's staying open and standing against all that is wrong that's going on in this world, I will go down. I will go under. I need the other shop owners by my side, and they need me by their side. But it takes effort, and it takes time, and it takes thought. It takes carefulness. It takes walking circumspectly. There's a verse in the Bible. I mean, people are going to be, Brian, you're using the Bible. You're not authorized to use the Bible. It's like, is it true or not? It's something like something to the effect of, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, knowing that the days are evil. Guys, if we don't realize by now that the days are evil, we will never realize it. The days are evil. And I need you, and you need me. You are mine, and I am yours. We belong to each other. And we are only going to get through this thing together. We are only going to combat and successfully resist. We can do it. It looks impossible. It looks like a pipe dream, but we can do it. I hope it's not false hope. But we can make it through, overcome, and conquer the Great Reset. We can make it through and overcome what they want to bring along, the digital dollar, as they erase all currencies, so that they can track and trace us, and so that they can control us. We can successfully overcome the AI that's being built against us right now to replace humanity in this transhumanistic world these oligarchs want to create. We can.
Alrighty, you guys heard that? That's a lesson we have to learn. You know what I mean? We really have to learn. It's very important. So, Congress, my message to you is pass the doggone bill that can satisfy we the people. Okay? Stop passing the bill to corporations. Because I'm saying this because I don't want to see myself in the streets on New Year's Eve. I don't want to celebrate New Year's Eve on the streets or New Year's Day on the streets. I don't want to celebrate those holidays on the streets. So please do something for the people, Congress. As Reverend Dr. William Barber said, which he didn't mean to say, is pass the damn bill, Congress. I mean, he's not yelling. To me, Reverend Dr. William Barber is not really yelling at politicians who do care, like Bernie Sanders, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ro Khanna, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, Premier Jayapal, Mark Pocan. Those progressives that do care for the people mostly, even including Barbara Lee. She cared for the people mostly, but Here's one thing I'm disappointed at Representative Barbara Lee on. I'm disappointed at Representative Barbara Lee for voting for that bitch, Neera Tanden. Neera Tanden, like I made a post, I made a live video the other day about Neera Tanden. Neera Tanden is no friend to me and people like me. You know what I mean? She's on the side of corporations, just like that newest judge we got, Amy Coney Barrett. To me, Neera Tanden and Amy Coney Barrett need to stick together. They really need to stick together. You know what I mean? Because they don't give a fuck about people. You know what I mean? They don't give a fuck about us, we the people. They'd rather give us the middle finger right in our faces. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for shouting. I'm sorry to use foul language, but corporations and the puppets, which is the government, which is the federal government, is starting to get on my nerves when they don't do something for we the people. We the people need. I'm tired. I'm not really tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired of asking myself the question. I'm tired of asking myself a few questions like how I'm going to survive, how I'm going to put food on my table, how I'm going to sleep, I'm tired of asking those questions to myself. You know what I mean? And another thing, Congress, you better remember this. If you think corporations got more power than we do, you're wrong. We the people who got the power, not the corporations, not the people you listen to, Congress. You guys don't have they don't have the power just because they got the money. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being hype. You know what I mean? But you guys need, if you got, what I'm saying is, if you got, like I said, if you guys ain't mad about this, I don't know what to say or do with y'all. So take my advice. I'm not telling y'all to listen to me. Take my advice. Just because time, it's my way of saying time is running out. Time is really running out. I was going to say we got 25 days, but we're down to 24. If Congress don't get their shit together and do something to satisfy we the people, we will definitely go down. But as far as I'm concerned, the way they behaving lately, for them to listen to rich, large corporations instead of listen to us, we the people, they should know that we the people has the power. And we should always keep maintaining power. to throw at them. But no, they rather listen to their donors as their constituents. We the people are their constituents. But really, they really supposed to be in the mid. Congress supposed to be in the middle. They supposed to listen to. They really supposed to listen to us, but they still can listen to them. But it seems like they listen to them more than they ever listen to us. So corporate moderate Democrats turn their backs on the working class people to low income people. I mean, they turn their backs to working class people more than they turn their backs to low income people. You know what I mean? So bear with me, okay? Anyway, I'm going to get off here and y'all have a nice night if I don't hear from y'all, all right? One love. Remember to take this advice. Use your voice. Don't be afraid. Let's not let corporations and our federal government be afraid. Let's not be afraid of rich, large corporations and our government. They should be afraid of us. All right? Let your voice be. If I can let my voice be heard, so can y'all. Y'all can let y'all voice be heard too. All right? Have a blessed night.